Maybe you've never noticed, but some numbers are trying to show you the path to a more prosperous life. Yes, certain numbers appear when the universe wants to open invisible doors to abundance, luck, and money. Today, I'm going to reveal the 7 master numbers that have the power to unlock your prosperity and guide you straight to your life's purpose. Ignoring these signs could keep you stuck in the same cycles of scarcity and frustration for years. But understanding what they truly mean might be the first step to changing everything faster than you think. If you believe the universe holds secret codes to wealth, then this video was made just for you. Hit the like button, subscribe now, and pay close attention in the next few seconds. What you're about to discover could be the turning point you've been waiting for. Numerology isn't just mysticism. It's an ancient symbolic language used by cultures like the Egyptians, Babylonians, and even Greek philosophers like Pythagoras, who believed the universe was built around numbers. According to Pythagoras, numbers rule the world. And when we look closely, we begin to see them everywhere. Important dates, recurring dreams, license plates, the time on the clock. Modern numerology interprets these signs as vibrational codes that carry messages about who we are, what we need to learn, and what's about to unfold. In this video, we're going to explore 7 of these numbers, and each one reveals something profound about your current life. This isn't about fortune-telling. It's about clarity and self-awareness. More importantly, each number brings an invitation, a choice, an opportunity to align your energy with what the universe is trying to show you. Let's start with number 8, a powerful symbol of abundance and balance, but also one that carries deep karmic lessons many people overlook. What is it trying to teach you right now? You're about to find out in detail. Number 8, the code of abundance and karma. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have a natural relationship with money, while others live in cycles of scarcity, even though they work so hard? The answer lies with number 8. In numerology, 8 is the ultimate symbol of abundance, material success, but also karmic balance. It's the number that rewards discipline and punishes excess. It doesn't favor anyone. It simply reflects what you put out into the world. That's why it shows up during critical life moments, when you're about to reap what you've sown, whether good or bad. The shape of the number 8, a continuous loop meeting at the center, is no coincidence. It represents the flow of giving and receiving, of cause and effect. It's literally the infinity symbol standing upright. People who frequently see the number 8 are being reminded of a universal truth. Everything you emit comes back. Thoughts, actions, decisions. Nothing goes unnoticed. 8 is the guardian of balance. And here's something few understand. It's not just about money. It's about your attitude toward life. Are you being responsible? Are you truly putting in the effort? Or are you expecting to reap without sowing? How 8 shows up in real life. You know that moment when you finally manage to pay off an old debt, and almost the same day, a new professional opportunity arises, Or when you try to cut corners and suddenly everything starts falling apart? That's 8 in action. It doesn't reward tricks or shortcuts. It responds to integrity. Imagine an invisible scale keeping everything in check. When you begin to take full responsibility with focus and ethics, the universe responds. Opportunities open up. Resources show up. The right connections begin to flow, not by magic, but by alignment. If the number 8 has been crossing your path on license plates, clocks, bank transactions, or important dates, pause and ask yourself, where am I throwing off the balance of my energy to give and receive? Am I truly dedicating myself to my goals, or am I waiting for a return without having genuinely earned it? Am I ready to take responsibility for what's happening in my financial and professional life? These questions aren't easy, but they're liberating, because when you align yourself with the vibration of 8, abundance follows. But it comes hand in hand with maturity, stability, and purpose. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your connection to the number 8? Have you ever felt it show up during turning points in your life? Have you noticed patterns around money, work, or balance when the number 8 was present? Drop your experience in the comments, because besides being a space for sharing, this is also an exercise in awareness, and it might help others recognize their own signs. Next number, the mysterious 11, the number of intuition, sensitivity, and the quiet messages the universe whispers. But be careful. It doesn't speak with words. It speaks through feeling. I'll explain more in the next part. Number 11, the silent voice of intuition. Have you ever had the feeling that something was about to happen, and then it did? Or made a decision without knowing exactly why, and later realized it was the right one? That's number 11 at work. In numerology, 11 is considered a master number. It represents heightened intuition, deep sensitivity, and a connection to subtle realms of consciousness. It's not an ordinary number. It's a calling. When 11 starts to repeat in your life, it's trying to remind you of something essential. You already know the way. You're just not listening. Unlike number 8, which operates on the material plane, 11 works on the invisible plane. It's the archetype of the spiritual messenger, the person who carries an intuitive mission, even without rationally understanding why. That's why it appears during moments of emotional confusion, inner doubt, or major transitions. Seeing 11 frequently, on clocks like 1111, on license plates, passwords, or documents, is like receiving a gentle nudge from the universe. Pay attention to what you're feeling. The answer is there. But here's an important detail. 11 doesn't shout. It whispers. And if you're too distracted by outside noise, you'll miss it. Think of Anna's story, a visual artist who spent years trying to fit into traditional jobs. Nothing ever worked out. She lived in anxiety, frustration, and a constant sense of being lost, until, in a moment of burnout, she decided to step away from everything for a week. She traveled alone, without plans, and in that silence, the number 11 began to appear. In the hotel room number, in the time she woke up, even on the subway ticket. She started researching its meaning and realized she had been denying her true calling out of fear. When she returned, she opened her own studio. Today, she lives from the art she always wanted to create. It wasn't a coincidence, it was listening. Seeing the number 11 might mean you're being guided, even if you don't realize it. Some common signs include vivid or recurring dreams, feelings of déjà vu, ideas that appear out of nowhere and seem deeply meaningful, physical sensations like goosebumps. When thinking about a certain person or situation, these are signs from your intuitive field trying to communicate with you. But beware, 11 demands courage. Intuition is the first step. Acting on it, even without guarantees, is the real challenge. So, ask yourself now, when was the last time you followed your intuition and it led you to a good place? Is there any area of your life where you feel a quiet calling, but you're ignoring it? What would happen if you listened to your inner voice instead of always following logic? These questions are seeds, and number 11 is the water. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you have experiences with strong intuition? Have you ever felt that number 11 appeared to warn or guide you? Share your story in the comments. This space is safe for that, and you might end up inspiring someone who needs to hear exactly what you've lived through. In the next part, we'll dive into the power of number 17, the number of overcoming, the one that shows up when the universe wants to test your strength, but also prepare you for a breakthrough. If you're going through tough times, this next part is for you. Number 17, the strength no one sees. Have you ever felt like you were going through a difficult phase, but at the same time, you knew it was shaping a stronger part of you? Number 17 shows up in exactly those moments, not to break you down, but to activate something inside you that you might not even know you have. Resilience. In numerology, 17 is known as the number of quiet persistence. It speaks of challenges, yes, but not as punishment. Rather, as stages of strengthening. It's a number that brings obstacles, but also rewards that match your ability to keep moving forward. Seeing this number often is like getting a spiritual reminder. You're on the right path, even if it feels hard. 17 shows up when you're being tested. It might be a tight financial stretch, heartbreak, or deep emotional exhaustion. But it's also the number that arrives with a tiny light at the end of the tunnel. A person who supports you, an idea that inspires you, a coincidence that encourages you to keep going. And the interesting part? Many people only realize the importance of 17 after the storm has passed. Are you facing a challenge right now? Something that demands more from you than you expected? Think about this. What is number 17 trying to teach you? Comment below. What's the biggest challenge you're currently facing? And what do you believe it's shaping in you? You're not alone on this journey, and sometimes just talking about it brings strength back. Number 22, turning dreams into reality. Have you ever had an idea so clear, so inspiring, but froze when it came time to put it into action? That's when number 22 shows up. It represents the archetype of the spiritual builder, someone who not only has vision, but also the ability to bring that vision into the real world. In numerology, 22 is considered the master architect, a rare, powerful number that connects the spiritual realm with the physical one. In other words, it's the bridge between what you desire and what you actually manifest. People who frequently see number 22 are being called to stop just dreaming and start structuring. 22 comes as a wake-up call. You have everything you need, but you need to act with intention and structure. It often appears during career changes, big decisions, relocations, the launch of new projects, or important goals. And it's usually accompanied by that inner restlessness. I was made for more than this. A real-life example? Think of someone who finally decided to start their own business after years of frustrating jobs. It all began with an inner calling, but it only became real when they made a plan, mapped out the steps, and took action. That's 22 energy in motion. So, let me ask you, what dream of yours still exists only in your mind? What do you need to start building now to bring it into reality? Share in the comments. What's your personal or professional goal for this month? Let's put energy into it together, because when you write it down, you begin to manifest it. Number 29. When the universe changes you from within. Have you ever felt like everything suddenly started falling apart, and later realized it was exactly what you needed? Number 29 shows up in those moments. It doesn't come gently. It comes with intensity. It's the number of deep transformation, the kind that shakes everything, beliefs, emotions, your life direction. In numerology, 29 represents cycles of endings and new beginnings. Not light, easy beginnings, but ones that require courage, faith, and surrender. It carries the message, you are no longer who you used to be. And that's a good thing. This number often appears when something is about to change drastically. It could be a relationship, a career, a lifestyle. Sometimes, all at once. And along with it, come discomfort, doubt, the feeling of being in the dark. But it's exactly in that darkness where the seed begins to grow. 29 teaches that to transform is to trust the unseen. It's accepting that not everything has to make sense right now, because clarity comes after the crossing. A simple analogy, the caterpillar. It has to completely dissolve inside the cocoon before it can become a butterfly. 29 is that cocoon. If number 29 has been showing up for you, take a moment and ask yourself, what inside me is asking to change, even if I'm resisting? What part of my life needs to die so that something new can be born. Now drop a comment below. What would you like to transform in yourself or in your life today? It could be a habit, a thought, a situation. Writing it down is already the first step in the process. Number 88. The Code of Aligned Wealth. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to prosper effortlessly, while others are always chasing money, living in a constant sense of lack? Number 88 has a clear answer. True prosperity comes when your mind and soul are in alignment. In numerology, 88 is a number of double abundance. It carries a powerful energy of financial achievement, material stability, and success. But only if the emotional foundation is solid. It's like a password for accessing the flow of wealth. But not just any wealth. The kind that honors your values, your essence, and your life purpose. Seeing the number 88 frequently may be a clear sign. It's time to align your energy with money. That means letting go of the idea that money is a burden or an enemy, and starting to see it as a force of exchange, freedom, and expansion. 88 appears when you're on the verge of achieving something big, a promotion, a financial breakthrough, a new income source. But it also tests you. Are you ready to sustain that prosperity? A practical example, someone who suddenly makes a lot of money but loses it all because they're still carrying internal beliefs of scarcity. 88 demands inner structure before it manifests outer abundance. Think now, what's your relationship with money? Do you feel guilty when you prosper? Or deep down, do you believe you don't deserve more than you already have? Comment below. What's your most important financial goal right now? Be clear. Give it a name. Give it shape. That activates the energy of achievement. Because 88 doesn't respond to vague wishes. It responds to clear intention. Number 44. The Silent Guardian. Have you ever felt like you were being protected by something greater, even if you couldn't explain it? Number 44 is the symbol of that presence. It represents stability, structure, and spiritual protection. It's like an invisible shield the universe places around you when you're about to take important steps. But you need emotional strength and energetic security to stay on the path. In numerology, 44 is a master number. It doubles the strength of number 4, which is already associated with solid foundations, discipline, and long-term building. When it appears in double, it's saying, you're being guided. Keep going. You're not alone. This number tends to show up when you're about to build something meaningful, a new business, a new family, a new personal identity. But along with the building comes fear, doubt, the feeling that maybe you can't handle it. That's when 44 appears, to remind you that you have support. Sometimes that support comes through people. Other times, through synchronicities, subtle messages, or even dreams. 44 is the number for those who are ready to solidify, but need to trust that the ground beneath them is steady. If number 44 has been showing up for you, take a deep breath and ask yourself, where in my life do I need more stability right now? Am I trying to carry everything on my own, or can I trust more in the forces surrounding me? Now drop a comment here. What area of your life do you most crave stability and protection in? It could be emotional, financial, familial, or spiritual. This comment isn't just a release. It's a declaration of intent. And the universe responds to clarity with support. At this point, you've learned the deeper meanings behind 7 numbers that carry profound messages about you, your current life phase, and what the universe may be trying to show you. 8, with its call for karmic balance and prosperity with responsibility. 11, the quiet voice of intuition that already lives within you. 17, reminding you that challenges are shaping your strength. 22, the builder of real dreams, calling for purposeful action. 29, inviting you into true transformation, even in the dark. 88, the code of abundance aligned with soul and structure. And 44, your invisible guardian, offering support and protection when you need it most. But the most important thing to remember is this. These numbers don't decide your life. They reveal where your power lies. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these numbers resonated the most with your current moment? Which message made the most sense to you today? Leave a comment below. Your answer could be the spark that helps someone else find clarity too. And if this video brought you value, helped you see something more clearly, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this now. Your interaction here is what keeps this space alive and helps more people receive these messages. In the upcoming videos, we'll explore new numbers and new vibrations the month will reveal, always with clarity, purpose, and real connection. Thanks for being here, and remember, the universe is always talking to you. All it takes is silence and attention.